Here Be Monsters. Join us today as we hang out with playwright Randy Pollard of Here Be Monsters as he dishes about the new play Good and Lost, a collection of original works written by local artists in our community. Good and Lost will be here for Here Be Monsters' 4th annual production hosted in 5 Points Museum August 16th and 17th at 8 p.m. Seats are free and limited. Bravo to Here Be Monsters for the creative collective efforts to bring other works to the stage in Victoria.
Hey everybody, I just thought before we aired our next episode of Southbridge Street Live that I would take a few minutes to offer my gratitude to our presenting sponsor, Allosoft, to our newest sponsor, Atzenhofer, who is sponsoring our Best of the Best, which airs on the weekend. And then to also just make a statement that says, you know what, behind every good show, there are lots and lots of people that are behind us supporting Southbridge Street Live, like my producer, Jake, and my assistant, Jim. And then, of course, all the hosts that we have who have created their own pilot shows for you guys to view and are waiting for sponsorship. And then a couple of personal shout outs to people who help me behind the scenes, like Ashley from Cotton Bells, who helps with wardrobe, and Stephanie from Beehive, who helps me with hair. And then, of course, Rachel from Bright and Go, who helps to keep my smile bright and beautiful. And then, of course, I wanted to take just a second to thank you, the viewers, because without you, this could not be possible. So just a shout out for everyone to say thank you on behalf of all of us from Southbridge Street Live. Happy Monday, everybody. All right, so we can call this, it's gonna be Monday Fun Day, because I am here with my friend Randy Pollard, who is going to be promoting his upcoming play that you have a collaborative effort with local artists, writers, and collaborators, actors for basically a theater troupe.
Yes.
I want to say, called Here Be Monsters. And your play is coming up August 16th and 17th.
Yes, it is, right around the corner.
Yes, and this is going to be at the 5 Points Museum.
Yes.
So that's super awesome. Okay, that was a terrible intro, but it was a lot to say because we got to talk about Here Be Monsters.
Okay.
Let's just start with that.
Okay.
So, but let's start with the team. Tell me about who's on this collaborative team.
So the core members of the team is myself, Randy Wachtel.
Okay. 2 Randys.
Yep, 2
One
Randys,
team.
which isn't confusing at all. Nina DeLeo, who's a brilliant author.
Yes, she is.
We have Mandy Heinold, who's the drama teacher at East High School.
Oh, very
and
cool.
She's a fantastic actress.
Yes.
And we have Walter Womack, who's an icon in theater in Victoria. And did I get everybody? I don't know. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But I think I got everybody. Yeah.
And so you guys, tell me about, because this is going to be the upcoming play is?
It's called Good and Lost.
Right, Good and Lost, which is a collection of...
It's a collection of short stories, short skits having to do with lost things.
Right, I love it. I got to see in the kind of behind the scenes what each of these little short, these plays are, based on events and things like that, which I think is going to be phenomenal.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
But it's your 4th annual.
It's our 4th production. Yes.
4th production. So does this mean, because I read annual, so does it mean you just do it once a year?
Typically we just do it once a year. We have the past 4 years, and all of us have full-time jobs.
Right.
All of us are busy. So it's usually just once a year that we can pull everything together and actually get it staged. Now we write all year long.
Right.
So that we go in about 3 months before the show with a whole stack of scripts and say, woo, that's good, and we kind of...
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are script writing
pretty much
all year.
Yeah, the first thing we do is we kind of come up with a theme.
Right.
And it was last fall that we decided, hey, what about loss? Let's do something with loss. And then we started writing things and fleshing out ideas with loss. We got some really neat things, I think.
I want to talk about how you guys came together. Now I know that I've seen you on the stage. I know that Nina is a writer.
Yes.
So those two things together, of course, Walter's history and those kind of things. But how did the collaboration begin?
Good question.
I'm only asking the one good question. The rest is going to be downhill from here.
No, that's good. I don't really know if I can give you history there. It was like we were all in 7-Eleven, and I was buying beer, and Walter was buying motor oil, and we just all looked up, and it was kismet, and we heard the angel, and there it was. It just, we all walked out arm in arm, lockstep, and Monsters was born.
My gosh.
No, I don't really know how to answer that. We just all woke up one day and said, "Oh, hey kids, let's put on a show." Mickey Rooney,
Right.
So
Yes.
yeah.
So, okay, you guys had worked together though in different.
We'd worked together
okay.
in different avenues and different productions.
Right.
I mean, I don't think all of us knew all of us.
Right.
So we kind
You
of
just kind of brought some people together.
Yeah, we kind of brought some people together, and there we were.
Because Randy, I'm hung up on this whole thing that you've got, artists with their own specialties coming together and not just creating one time; it's the fourth time,
Yep.
and I feel like that's genuinely says a lot about the team. It really says that the team is strong, that ideals are valued, differences are valued, and that artists themselves can, in situations, get along over and over and over again. That egos aside, wonderful things can be produced. And what's so cool is that these wonderful things that are being produced are right here in Victoria, Texas.
Yeah. Well, thank you for using the word wonderful.
So
we
kudos
appreciate
to that. Yeah.
I guess it's kind of understood. It doesn't always happen, but it's kind of
Right.
understood that when we all go into a room and start doing the creative thing,
Right.
there's a hook outside, and we just kind of hang our egos right there.
Good for you.
So it's like
Yes.
somebody will come in with a script, and they'll say, yeah, it's kind of missing this, and it's kind of missing this. Oh, and the main character, I abhor him. It's like, okay, well, we'll try something else.
Right.
And we can do that. It's a safe group. Everybody respects everybody, and we just kind of work.
So
well
you guys have
together.
This Is Works coming ahead. That there's stuff even coming after August. But we'll stick with
Yes,
August.
Let's stick with August.
Because I'm not there at that question yet. So you guys are at 5 points, which I
Yes.
love.
Yes.
Because I've seen you guys working on, I've seen productions before. Is at 5 points.
Yes.
One of the questions that I'm supposed to ask,
Okay.
but I think is very fair because I love this question,
Sure.
which is why 5 points.
5 Points is a very cool space.
It is.
Of course, Maggie and the crew over there are just
Yes.
fantastic. We love
Yeah.
working with them. They're so accommodating. They want us there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small, little more intimate space, something sort of a performance venue that you would find in maybe Austin or,
Right.
or Houston or someplace like that. And accommodating 100 to 120 in the audience,
Mm-hmm.
which is a small house, is the actors typically love that because you bond with the audience and the audience can bond with the actors. So for us, it just complements exactly what we're trying to do. We're a small group, we got original writings, and it just works to perform it in a small space.
Well, and where I was going with that too is that it's so cool. I feel that we've got a museum that's actually open to all forms of art.
Oh yeah.
Which
yeah.
is so cool because I don't know that there's any other museum in Victoria that's done that or has had the opportunity to showcase,
Right.
Works in theater and those types of things.
The live arts, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
the
yeah.
actual live arts.
Yeah. So, but no, we just love being there.
So now you're also an actor, and we had sort of said in the write-up, you were like, well, I guess I can say playwright, but was it your love of acting that got you inspired to work with a group and a collaborative effort?
Yeah. I mean, I've been known to be on stage from time to time, but yeah, it was my hey, here's another acting outlet. Hey, let's do this. Let's see what. Ooh, this is really cool. I like this. Our first show together was the Shelter in Place that Nina wrote, and it was a full-length show, and I had a great part in that, and it was like, this is awesome. I found the mothership. This is where I need to be. And then I started being challenged to write things, and it's like, I can't write things. I'm words not good with those. But the people in our group are so supportive and help you and coach you and help you learn what makes a good script. That I've actually turned out a couple that didn't physically make you sick. They were okay. They were okay. Yeah, yay me. But yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about the writing process. Tell me about not, you know, for the group as a whole. So you kind of cull through. So here's some things that we want to work on. But from flag in the sand, this is what we're going to do. This is where we've decided this is direction we're going to take. We're going to talk about loss. How much planning and writing are you guys? How much time are you meeting? Let me just shorten that.
At the very beginning, after we plant the flag in the sand, we meet about once a month, once every 3 weeks. And every time we break up, we go forth with marching orders. Right. And we march out of the room. Right. And then we come back 3 weeks later and it's like, okay, let's take a look at what y'all have written. And everybody just kind of nervously looks at each other because everyone's forgotten. Or life has gotten in the way.
Sure, absolutely.
And so then usually that happens usually in the fall. So usually after the first of the year, people start having a little more time and they start buckling down. They start writing a little more and they bring some scripts and we look at what's going to work best with the theme. I mean, a lot of people that are a lot better at writing than me, like Randy Wachtel and Nina DeLeo, they're a lot better writing than me. They have like this file drawer in their brain where they have all these ideas.
Right.
And so once we select a theme, they're like loss, loss. Okay, here's 3. And they sat down and hammer it out. And sometimes they're good, and sometimes they're really good. And then we start the process of firming up the show. How do we want this? How long do we want it? You know, no 6 hours is too long.
Right.
You know, 20 minutes is probably too short.
Gotcha.
So let's figure where we want it. Do we want an intermission? And where are we going to stage it? Which 5 points is kind of the go-to there. And then we start looking at filling the slots, and then we look at casting, and then we enter rehearsals, and that's where we are now.
I love that.
Did
this the
that
first
make
time?
sense?
No, it did. Absolutely.
Okay.
Is this the first time that you guys have all sort of written your own parts to an overall play? You know, because they're short plays. So I think I read in the material that you kind of have your own. You've sort of got your piece to it. Someone else has their own piece because these are multiple stories.
They're multiple stories.
Is this the first time that you guys have brought multiple stories together to tell?
Not really.
Because I didn't know, because I didn't see Shelter in Place.
Okay.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
We were not there. We were not in town. And then I was like, I felt like a true loss. Like I felt that I had really missed something. Was it lots of several stories?
No, it was one continuous piece,
Okay.
one continuous show. It was about an hour and a half long. And then we decided after that, you know what we ought to do? We ought to do a show with some different skits just to show different things. And that's what we've done. From there, we went to Slumber, which was short pieces about sleep. And then from there, we went to Food for Thought, which was different pieces about food.
Right.
Yep. And now we're here at Good and Lost, which are pieces about loss.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about naming your collaborative team.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Here Be Monsters.
Here Be Monsters.
Here Be Monsters. Because I read it. Here Be Monsters, and I was like, ooh. That's dark. I like that because, you know, sometimes as artists we can be dark, and I was like, Here Be Monsters. That's deep. That's dark. That's deep.
Yeah. Well, we after like our third show last year, it was like, you know what, we really need a name.
Right.
Because people say, I say, hey, we're putting on a show down at 5 Points. Oh, really? Who's doing that? Well, it's that, you know, the group with the people,
with the people
things
in it,
and
yes.
the stuff, and because we didn't have a name, and
Gotcha.
and we were briefly known for the group with no name. That was our name.
That's awesome.
Kind of oxymoronic, but then we sat down, and it literally took months to come up with this name.
It's so genius, you guys. It's like the punchline. I want you to slow down.
Okay.
Take your time.
So it literally took us months to come up with this name. And where the name came from is back older than I am, which is a long time ago.
Long
time ago. Like on the scale of longness, it's all the way over. But in the 13, 14, 1500s,
Yes.
1600s, cartographers, map makers, when they would draw their maps, they didn't know what was past what they knew or what they could see. And so they would have this rough sketch of a island or a continent or whatever, and then everything past that was just water.
Right.
And so they didn't know what was there, so they would just
Uncharted
put
territory.
uncharted territory. So they would just put on the map, "Here be monsters." They could have been right. They may not have been right. But that was the designation for uncharted, unknown waters, which
so
just really
brilliant.
captured the spirit.
Yes.
Since we're doing the original works.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's uncharted territory. When I
Totally
read it,
uncharted.
when I read where this name came from,
Yeah.
so then all of a sudden, "Here be monsters" became like in a pirate voice, "Arr, and here be
Arr.
monsters."
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I love it. I totally get that now. It's freaking genius. However, whoever came up with that, I'm like, that, I mean, it just, that's it. And then now every time when I see or read "Here Be Monsters," it's got a pirate voice
It's
to
got
it.
a pirate voice.
You know,
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here in the island we've been to 1,000,000 times, and over here, don't worry about that, guys. Here be monsters.
"Here be monsters." I think for the first 200 or 300 times we said it as a group, it was always, "So we're going to be called Here Be Monsters." It was
Okay,
always,
you did it too.
"Arr." Yeah. Try it. Try saying it without a pirate voice.
I will never go back. I can't. But it's really brilliant, and it's so incredible. I feel like for us as a community to have you guys putting on these types of shows, and I don't know if our audience knows this yet, but those plays are free. The
Yes, they are.
admission is free.
Yes.
Which is again absolutely phenomenal. So there's
Thanks.
no reason not to go.
Yeah.
Like it's brilliantly named. It's fantastic works.
Thank you. They are free. You just need to reserve seats to make sure that we don't overfill the house. And there is a tip jar. I'm just saying. You know.
There's a tip jar.
Oh, there's a
That's
tip. There's
awesome.
always a tip jar.
It's perfect.
But that helps us with future productions.
Yeah. Well, you're here now, so can I
Yes.
technically be like, I'm reserving my spot?
Yes.
I'm reserving a seat too. You'll remember this as you walk out.
I
I'm
will
sure,
remember
because
this as I walk out. Which night? 16th or 17th? Or both? You may want to come twice.
I think I want to come twice.
Okay.
Because you know what? Sometimes I just like to see both nights because
Yeah.
it's just such a different vibe.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, which reminds me off screen. I'll have to tell you something about Mamma Mia that made the play was phenomenal. I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
I did not get a chance to see it, but I heard nothing but good things
It was
about
great. It was
Yeah,
great. And then
yeah.
something cute happened that I'll never forget. But anyway.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. If you go 2 nights, you can't be doing things like, "They messed up. They didn't do that last night." You can't do that. Okay?
No,
because it's live
No,
theater.
but here's the deal.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to go to productions twice because there's different energy.
There is.
There's different
Yeah.
things that happen, which
Yeah.
just make it the experience a
True.
new and different experience every time.
True.
So plus, I missed
Yeah.
Shelter in Place, which we
Oh,
created so I feel like yes.
Yeah, your net attendance will equal net shows,
Yes,
and so
there you go,
everything's
we're
good.
doing great.
Well, there is one piece near the end of the show that relies very heavily on ad lib. So
cool.
you could hear a totally different show that night.
Right. Which
Depending
is fun.
on yeah, it is fun. It's fun for the actors, and I think it's fun for the audience too.
What do you love most about this? About what you're doing here? Because you've got a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then now you have Old Stogie Company.
Yeah.
Which is taking off, and
Another
now you
full-time
guys
job.
have and you have the radio show.
Yes.
And then you're doing a YouTube channel.
Yes.
So could we talk about that for just a minute? How
sure.
fun that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the success and where you're going now with Old Stogie.
Oh, it's crazy fun, and like we said before, I have to give you about 36.72% credit.
You don't even have to do it on air. You're so
because when you when you interviewed us when we just got started, you were like, you guys should do a YouTube channel. You guys should do a podcast. You guys should and you gave us the confidence, and you believed in us when we were just
thank
starting out and
you.
everything, and that helped us too when they said, "Hey, you want to do a radio show?" That helped us go, "Well, heck yeah!" Instead of what?
That's awesome.
What? Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
But you guys are successful, and you guys are doing something, again, really, really cool, in the community, offering, this traveling cigar experience, which I think is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a great way to say it.
And you
Thank
guys
you.
are characters, like truly characters.
Yeah, people say that, and I say we're more like caricatures than characters. But that's okay. That's okay. We're not boring. I'll go out on a limb and say we're not boring.
They're definitely not boring, and now you can see them on YouTube. And then tell me about your radio show.
Radio show airs every Sunday night at 5 o'clock or after the Texans game when sports ball starts.
Whatever comes first.
Whichever
yeah.
comes first. So figure about 5:15, something like that, on 106.9 6'9", Club Classic Rock.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute show.
Can you guys smoke cigars while you're doing the show?
No, they won't let us have a cigar in the studio.
Then it's not like old school radio, because
not like old school
it
radio.
was a disaster sometimes having to go in to do promo stuff. And
Now, we can snort all the Coke we want, but we can't have any. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no cigars, unfortunately.
I gotta recover from that. Okay, so anyway, it might be my last show, but thanks for that. You'll be 38-point-something% responsible for my last show. I appreciate that. Appreciate you.
That was a joke.
That was a joke, people.
Yeah.
A joke. They have jokes. Randy has jokes.
I got
They
jokes.
do jokes.
Hey, I got jokes. Hey.
Hey, so tell me about the rest of your. So tell me about the other Randy. Like, I want to know about the other Randy.
Randy Wachtel?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Randy.
No, what
too.
other Randy? Oh, you're hilarious. Oh my gosh, that went over my head too.
No,
Yes.
he runs the Fine Arts Center for VISD, and just a great actor, really good playwright, and he's just an overall good guy.
Good guy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good
He's
working
just
with good people.
yeah, he's just fun to hang with.
And
you know?
Nina, because I'm always
Nina.
I just admire her. It's
She-
just like, oh.
Yeah, I always tell her, I said, you write such good words. I hope I don't mess them up, because she's wonderful. She always got a smile on her face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what about the other roles that people play?
Good.
Like for the rest of your team?
Well, Mandy, I know.
Yeah, I want to know more about Mandy.
She's kind of our muse, because she's like everywhere.
Oh,
But,
I love that.
I love you, Mandy. But she's also just a wonderful actress, and she has turned out some really good written works as well.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Walter is he's the compass. He's
the Walter.
He's the Walter. He keeps everything on track, but he's a great actor. Yeah, you gotta love Walter.
Now, are you guys writing and going to, this is kind of off the cuff, you guys are writing, collaborating. Are you guys going to all be on stage as well?
Yes.
Okay, and then will that change? Will you ever be bringing in other community members?
Yes.
Are you open for creating more collaborative?
Absolutely. In fact, our show that we've got
Experiences?
coming up, we've got 8 or 10 other actors from the community that are jumping in with us.
For the one that's coming?
For the one that's coming up
Okay.
October 16th, 17th. And I'm not
Okay.
going to say any of their names, because I
Right.
can't say all their names.
Okay, gotcha.
But definitely
Yes,
go
yes.
to the website. Monsters Here. I think
Here be monsters?
monstershere.org.
Something. Oh yeah, monsters. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah. And
I thought you were for just a minute. I was like, no, it's here be monsters.
what's the name of the? Good, cool. What's my name?
Randy Pollard.
Where are we? But yeah, because I don't want to leave anybody
Sure.
out.
Okay,
so,
I gotcha. But yes, so what I'm hearing is the answer is yes. You guys are open to more collaborative experiences and
Yes,
bringing
absolutely.
some of Victoria's actors and actresses on stage and
Oh, heck yeah.
and working
heck yeah.
with bigger groups.
If you can write something, if you can act in something, if you can pick something up and carry it, yeah, we could absolutely use you.
That's
Yeah,
about
you
the
bet.
category that I can lift. I'm a heavy lifter, strong girl.
Yeah, that's right. No, but yeah, that would be good. That would be
Cool.
good. So yeah, we would love to have more people throw in with us. And
How many productions are you going to put on in a year? Do you guys sit down and say, okay, here's our goal. Our goal is 3. Our goal is 10.
realistically, our goal right now is 1 per year,
Right.
just because of timing, and because we're at this point we're kind of control freaks. We like to do a lot of the stuff ourselves, and since we all really kind of have outside jobs and families,
Right.
we don't have a lot of time to really say, okay, we're going to do a spring show and we're going to do a fall show, and
Gotcha.
then we're going to have a Christmas extravaganza. And
Right.
we can't do that with our with the way we're structured right now, with the original works.
And what's the pressure? I mean, you guys are doing, you know what I'm saying? Something completely and totally new. It's uncharted
We are.
territories.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
that's cool.
Exactly. So there could be a point in the future where maybe things slow down. That's not going to happen. And we can get
Ever.
ourselves get ourselves refocused to where maybe we could go to 2 shows a year, one in the spring, one in the fall.
Okay, but you said August.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about August 16th, 17th. And then you just said October.
Yeah.
So you're bringing some actors in for an October. So what's that?
What?
You said October. I think you said October.
Did I say October?
But you're saying August.
I'm saying August. Yeah, that's what I meant. August,
Okay.
October, it all runs together.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to make sure I hadn't missed something. And maybe you did say August. We'll have to go back and watch it after. You could be like, who was wrong? I'm only 38.7% wrong.
Hey, I will take that all day long.
38.7% of the time.
38, yep. I'm 90% right 10% of the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
So everybody's full of busy lives, but you
Yes.
guys are coming together
Yeah,
to offer, an opportunity in the community for free admission to see Good and Lost. It's August the 16th and 17th. I think
Yes.
it starts at 7 p.m. or
the-
7:30-ish. You want to be
Somewhere
there.
around there. You want to be there a little early.
You want to be there a little early because there's not 500 seats. Which
No,
is,
there's not.
Yeah, there's just a couple hundred, and you want to make reservations early in advance on the website, Monsters Be Here.
Monstershere.org.
Thank you, .org. We
Yeah.
wrote it down. I know Jake put it up. He's like, I can't trust her. I'll get it down there in writing.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and there's only like 125 seats a night. So, yeah, and I'll get you a seat for both nights.
Good,
Right
thank
up
you.
front.
Right up front.
So that when I'm on stage, I can play right to you.
You know, people just assume, right, because I do this for a living, that I like the upfront. In
No?
the crowd.
No, you're terrible.
After about 2 people, I'm going to be in the back. Just give me one in the back.
No, it'll have your name on it right up front because we're going to play
Lord.
right to Ingrid. That's it.
Lord.
Yeah. One of the little
Hilarious.
skits I'm in, I actually play Poseidon, god of the seas. So
Why would I not think
that's
that
what
you were perfect for that part?
that's
Did you
what
write
all
that?
this is for.
Did
I
you
did
write
not
that?
write that.
Oh,
And Nina created all those beautiful words for me to say, which I invariably will mess them up. But Nina wrote that one. And,
Okay, wait.
okay.
Because I don't want to get to the end yet. Tell us a little bit about what each of the short plays are
Okay.
about.
So it starts off with real small monologues, people talking about Hurricane Harvey.
Right.
And what they lost. And they're not all sad, and they're not all comical, but there's a nice mix there. And you'll get to see some new faces. That's all I'm going to say with that. You'll get to see some new faces with that. There is a short vignette called Hole Punch, where the losing of other things and the losing of a hole punch create a interesting dynamic between a son and a mother. Which is cool. Nina's actually acting in that one.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
Good for her.
She's
yes.
fantastic. She's fabulous.
Until I can totally get losing the hole punch. Like, where is the hole? Like, what? it's not like the scissors that are frequently lost. How did we lose a hole punch?
How do we lose? Because we use it once every 6 months.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mandy wrote a piece called "The Lost Art of Communication," which is really cool. It brings some different media into it, and I think people are really going to like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the piece where I'm sorry, I'm
you're
smacking
good.
the microphone here. Sorry about that. My piece that I'm in, Poseidon's Paperwork, talks about what maybe Poseidon would like to lose, and some of the things in Poseidon's past that were lost. Special guest star is Medusa. So yeah, you'll have to see that one. You have to see that one.
This is amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
And then the last one is called Eulogy Practice. That is, there's quite a bit of off the cuff there, quite a bit of ad lib, and I think the audience is really going to love that. Yeah, because it's just a real boom, 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 just a real fun piece.
It sounds absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
All right, so I know that you guys you got to get through this one, but have you guys started on what you're going to do for next year?
I'll tell you that some of the scripts that didn't make it into the show for this August. Most of those were just kind of put on a shelf over here.
Right.
And I think that probably October-ish, we're going to go in and pull those, blow the dust off and start looking at those again and maybe start working on a theme and then, kind of see if we can kickstart next fall.
I just love that it's a collaborative, artistic endeavor.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's fun. That's the most fun part. I mean, we could go get a show and just do a show, but I think it's the original works that really provides, for me at least, the attraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For me too.
Yeah.
And I think for many writers and for many, artists of all mediums, the fact that they're original works, that they're here in Victoria, Texas, that they're at the 5-star museum.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
But
it's just cool all around.
Yeah, but think about Hamlet. We could do Hamlet. How many actors have done Hamlet?
Yes, exactly. Good point.
1,412, approximately. But
Give or take.
give or take, Nino's script about Poseidon. Okay, you know how many actors have ever done that role? One, baby, just me. And that's kind of cool.
And that
I
is
like
kind of
that.
cool.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having
coming
me.
and,
Yeah.
and repping.
Yeah.
For Good and Lost, August 16th and the 17th, right here in Victoria, Texas, at the 5-Star Museum. 5 points.
5 points.
Star.
Yeah.
What is also a 5-star museum.
We give it 5 stars.
We give it 5 stars. Yeah. 5 Points Museum, 16th and 17th. Look at the website below and come out and support Here Be Monsters.
Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. That was fantastic.
Thanks.
All right, and thank you guys so much for watching South Bridge Street Live.